welcome back to the Evil Popcorn Podcast, Children of the Popcorn. It's the Baron here for tonight. And who else have we got here?
Hello there, children. It is I, Mr. Popcorn, really keen to talk about the movie that we are going to talk about, whatever time zone frame you are in, because this is going to win lots of personal awards and high places for me. Yeah. And who else do we have?
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I play Perth's own horror host, Soxy the Salacious Spectre.
Nice. Well, welcome, folks. For tonight, we are speaking about Bring Her Back, the new Australian horror film from the Philippou brothers who brought us Talk to Me. So I wonder if going forward, all of their films are just going to have 3 words in the title, with the middle one being slightly shorter than the first one. So yeah, I don't know. It could happen. So what are our initial thoughts, folks, of Bring Her Back?
Soxy, you go first, please.
Oh, I really, really enjoyed this film. I really like grim storylines and just things of the macabre, and this hit every single factor for me. It was gorgeously done.
Nice. Mr. Popcorn?
Yeah, high contender for movie of the year for me. Yeah, as my favorite so far this year.
Yeah.
If you want my general impressions, this is my 3rd viewing of it. And slow burn. Yeah.
Yep.
So you've got to know that going in. So in rewatches, if you're in the mood for it, then, I couldn't think of any movie better at the moment. Yeah. I'll go into why as we go into the episode.
Okay. Good. Look, I think my opinion matches you folks. I really enjoyed it. The Philippous seem to bring just this weird off-kilter energy to films that keeps you engaged, but also gives you that sort of, this is a world that's worth looking at, and there's stuff around it that you don't see that they've planned. So
you see some of it. You see about that much of it that they allow you to.
Yeah.
Which I really like. Yeah.
There's a whole universe. It's not just what's in front of the camera.
Absolutely.
And I really enjoy that. When people do world building properly, like these folks do, it really shows up on the screen. And I loved this. I thought it was brilliant.
Just quick little tidbit touching on the universe building. Internet-based reports that there are 2 Talk to Me demons in the footage of This Is Not a Cult at the start of the film.
Yeah. That was really good.
Which is very cool because we have possession grief theme-based films, both of these, both to very different tones, and I'm looking forward to what they do next. Because they're evolving, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Do we think that this film exists in the same universe as Talk to Me?
Yeah,
I think so.
That's a cool question. Yeah. I hope so. Yeah, because there is talk of their other films. They are signed to do, I don't know where it's at or what happened, if that's pertinent. But there's Street Fighter or Street Fighter 2, don't know, but it was a Street Fighter film.
They were signed to do it and walked off it to do this.
Yeah.
Excellent choice. No offense, I've played Street Fighter plenty back in the day in the arcades, putting 20 cents in.
Yeah.
So glad this came out instead.
Yeah. They were signed to do that, and they did this instead.
Okay.
I also think it was a good choice.
I think so too. I would have liked to have seen their take on Street Fighter, to be honest with you, but I think this is definitely the better story.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, just as filmmakers and just some sense of maturity in terms of writing as well. There's more depth to this. There's more resonance. Yeah. It's sadder, yes, but there's mythic stuff, there's symbolic stuff, as you touched on, Soxy, which we'll get into. And that kinetic energy from Talk to Me. It's not so teenage fueled, but it's there. There's inappropriate music, needle drops throughout this, which are fantastic. Yeah.
Music was great.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, children, if you haven't seen Bring Her Back, go away, watch Bring Her Back, come back to us and listen to this because we are going to spoil it. Excuse me. We will give you a complete rundown on the plot, but it is definitely worth seeing. If you haven't seen it, go away and watch it so you can join in with our ideas going forward for this one. All right. So we'll get a little bit of the admin or housekeeping done, and then we'll sort of get into the plot. So this is Bring Her Back. The year is 2025. This is when it's released. Its runtime is about 104 minutes. So it comes in just under the 2 hours. The directors, as we said, the Danny and Michael Philippou. Talk to Me, Raka Raka. People will be aware of who who they are.
Brothers, Greek-Australian.
Greek Australians, yes. The writers were Danny Philippou and Bill Hinsman. They both worked on Talk to Me and Raka Raka. And the box office, the budget/box office of this, the budget was about $15 million Australian, and it's taken in about $23 million Australian. There wasn't a huge amount of motion for this, so they will have made their money back plus a little bit of profit to go towards their next films.
Okay. I wonder how much they had to push for this, if at all, because it is very much a passion project. Some of the influences are very personal, but we'll leave that more to the end. I haven't heard too much in that sense. Have you guys at all had to push for this at all? They probably were just riding the coattails of Talk to Me's success, I imagine. Yeah,
I would say that would be right. Talk to Me did really well, and they've got this off the back of it.
I don't know if it was one of those annoying AI Facebook fake movie poster thingamajiggies on Facebook. Talk to Me, Talk numerical to Me is going straight to Netflix. Do we know if this is true or not?
I hope not.
I have read that. There's been a few articles in the news lately about that as well. But with the news these days, you never know. They take stuff from AI.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Constantine 2 has been coming out for the past, 3 years, every 2 months. Yeah. That's on my feed annoyingly a lot.
Just having a quick look on IMDb, it doesn't mention it specifically. So it may well be true, but I hope not, because I really enjoyed seeing Talk to Me at the cinema, and I'd really like to see
exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, deservedly so.
Yeah, I like the poster.
Yeah, it just concerns me the lack of profit in terms of studios, greedy pockets. But hopefully, touch wood, all goes well. Yeah, for the next one. So carry on, Barrett.
That's okay. So the aggregate score across the internet at the moment is a 7.2 out of 10 for this film. Cool. So it's about that 3.5, 3.6 out of 5. So yes, we've got a couple of interesting reviews that I took from online. I had a little bit of a look around to see what I could see that made sense or matched with my understanding of the film or my feeling of the film. So the 5-star review that I culled was panic attack inducing horror, dares you to keep watching, grabs you and keeps a death grip on you until the end. Well written, acted and directed, instant fucking classic.
Yeah, I'm really in that kind of camp. I am really in that kind of camp. Yeah.
And the 1-star review that I culled, which also kind of does feed into my feeling, is this film brought me this one's not particularly well written, so I'm going to editorialize just a little bit. This film brought me through so much emotions just for Andy to there's some spoilers in this 1-star review, folks. Sorry, I didn't take that into account when I put it down. Let me see. So it speaks about Andy, one of the main characters. It talks about Laura, one of the main characters. Characters had no discernment. Realized something was wrong. So one of the characters should have realized something was wrong from the jump. Just carried around normal regardless. Died easily. So the bit that I enjoyed was this movie was so raw in some parts it upset my stomach. I do not like this movie.
Yeah, no, it's definitely unnerving. And when I say sad, it's like hit you in the liver sad. It's not just like a little weepy or anything.
Yeah.
It's tragic. Yeah, in terms of tragedy. Dramatic tragedy. Yeah.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
And it's disturbing. And what's happened with this 1-star person is they have been disturbed by this. And instead of going, that's what the filmmakers were setting out for, they saw it as a negative, which it really isn't. Like, this film evokes so many physical emotions.
Yeah. Just uncomfortable to ask themselves why. Yeah. Movie, they don't want a movie to do that for them. And hey, I'm not here to say that it should for them, though.
No.
Yeah. But it is one of those type of films. Like, is this art house horror? How do we genreify it? By the end of it, spoilers. When are we sending the children to bed, Baron?
Oh, we've already done that. I don't like revealing too much of the plot before we started the plot.
There's a lot of symbols in this movie. Circles and water being the main two.
Circles and water.
And there's circles, before we get into the symbolism, is used as a framing device for cinematography. Yeah. And at the end, in the pool where it's used very nicely from the aerial shot, shot up above is really cool.
All right. So I really like the location.
Yeah.
It felt like a house in the sort of in the Blue Mountains around Sydney sort of area. That
Does
sort
it
of clerical
say it
forest.
all?
Maybe.
Where does it? Oh no. Oh, it's isn't it Southern Australia, Adelaide?
Was it? Okay.
Yeah,
Could be.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Don't quote me on.
I'm just going to do a quick bit of live Googling.
Which is back home where they shot Talk to Me, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. So Lights
Similar
View in
areas.
South Australia.
Okay.
Lights View in South Australia. Okay.
Don't give Sydney, don't give New South Wales any undeserved
Yeah,
credit.
it looked like the Blue Mountains.
Jokes, of course, couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Origin, I don't know who won. Moving on.
All right, so we'll get into the cast. So Billy Barrett plays Andy. Andy's one of our main characters. It really is an ensemble cast. There doesn't appear to be one standout main person. If I was going to say there was one, it would be Sarah, who plays Piper.
Oh, really? What about the mother, though?
She's really good, but
that's pretty extraordinary what she has to pull off in terms of a character, like to be an evil, loving mother. It's almost Grimm's fairy tale you were touching on. This is the witch from Hansel and Gretel.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not easy.
No, it was an amazing role.
Yeah. And I just have to give her flowers, I think, with this. Yeah. What do you think, Soxy?
Oh, she was fantastic. Yeah, as far as a main character goes, I mean, maybe the older brother of the two.
So Andy?
Yeah, Andy, but I mean, everyone's fantastic.
They all are.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely.
Dead around.
100%.
So we've got Billy Barrett, who plays Andy. Look, he's not been in a lot of horror stuff. The best I could do is Sharknado 5 and Craven the Hunter.
Classics in their own rights.
Now, but the standout for me, though, is Sora Wong, who played Piper. This is her first film.
Yeah.
And she is actually
did not know that. She is. That's very cool. Well done, brothers, getting her in, yeah?
Yeah. But she has coloboma and microphthalmia, which has left her with limited sight. So she is actually partially sighted. But first film, amazing. Hit it out of the park first go.
Yeah.
The other one that hit it out of the park for me was Jonah Wren Phillips, who plays Oliver.
Yeah.
Unsettling.
When I was doing a little bit of research with watching the Stuckman's review, he said that this kid is basically the marketing campaign for this movie. Yeah. Which it is. What's his name again? The actual actor?
Jonah Wren Phillips.
Yeah, well done. He knows how to do creepy very, very well. Certainly when things get moving. Yeah. Let's just say that for now. Yeah.
And he was in Sweet Tooth.
Haven't seen it. I know what it is. Yeah, okay.
Now we've got Sally Ann Upton, who plays Wendy. No horror links. Hasn't been in a horror film before. Plenty of Australian TV, though. Same with Stephen Phillips, who played Phil. No horror links. And Misha Hayward, who plays Kathy. No horror links. But all three of them, like Home and Away, Neighbours, all that sort of thing. But then we'll mention the mother, Laura, Sally Hawkins. She was in Wonka, Godzilla King of the Monsters, and The Shape of Water.
Oh my god. Did you guys pick this up? Probably. Yes. Yeah. No, not till just now. God damn it. Of course it is. She is good. Yeah, she is very good, isn't she? Yeah, cool. Good get, boys.
Amazing.
Very good get. Very good get.
The energy that she gave out throughout the film, and the spin turns the character did from seemingly loving mother to weirdo psychopath.
Yeah,
like that.
So
I had them done as heel turns. She does marvelous heel turns throughout this film. Definitely.
So yes, they only filmed for 41 days, which is amazing for a feature.
Was this near 2 hours? You said yes.
Yeah, an hour and 3/4. So yeah,
and this isn't rushed. This does not feel rushed.
And I don't think there's anything you could really cut from it.
No. It's a slow burn, but it needs to be. Yes. Sorry. Yes, that was what I forgot before. Circles, art house. That's my genre terminology for this. This is art house horror for me. What do you guys think, if I may, just quickly?
I call it, in my head, I was calling it gothic horror.
Yeah, it's sort
I'm
of
mad at that. Yeah.
gothic body horror, supernatural, maybe a bit of mystery as well. It crosses a few subgenres there.
Oh, there's definite slashes in there, but if I had to reduce it to one, no slashes allowed, I would say art house horror. Or if in the terms of A24, Hereditary onwards, not necessarily like Peter Greenaway, cook, thief, wife, lover sort of thing. In terms that is based on youth and grief are the major themes, the major components as working components that thematically works with.
Grief for sure. Grief is the umbrella that this is under.
And those are the new standards for art house horror since A24 and mainly since the 2010s, where the annoying term of elevated, which the Philippou brothers hate. They've even said, don't call us that, don't say that about our films, we're the dumbest guy people you've ever met. This is their own words. Love them for it. But it's just like, it just makes it separatist and segregates and just splinters it and that sort of thing. And horror's not about that. Won't go into it, you both know what I mean. Cool.
The only thing that I could find online that seemed to be a goof or a spoof or whatever you would want to call it, that people have been calling out, is when Wendy reads a news article, very clearly the browser address bar shows it as a local file rather than her being on the internet. A whole bunch of nerds called that out, where it's like, she was reading a local HTML file. It wasn't really on the internet. It's like, just be in the world, guys. Come on. So yes, it's the only thing I could find that was even slightly dodgy.
Yes, I have a few friends who work in IT who have pointed that out a few times.
Cinematic event of the year for them, I'm sure.
Yeah. Look, I will always call back to the two guys that walked out of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter ahead of the Pirate Queen and I, going, if that wasn't historically accurate.
So they believed in vampires going in? Is
I
that what you're
guess.
telling me?
Didn't ask.
Based on that?
Didn't ask. Yes. All right. So let's get into the plot. So, no, that's the goof. There we go. All right. So we start with.
Sorry, my bad. Did you want to hear influences before going into plot or after?
Yeah.
Because it could work beforehand better. I'm just thinking.
Yep.
To the end here. So, I'll leave the steps till after. Symbols. Symbols are used a lot throughout this, of course. There is water and circles being the main two, in my opinion, but there is also just looking for symbols, the sense of just looking for signs anywhere in a sense of meaning because of grief, because of the death that is, prevalent, prominent in this film. So the little symbol she has, the triangle, the mother, that's an air symbol, an astrological air symbol, which is also the shape of the pool when you see it from up above.
Yep.
They're both linked. That's also the symbol for the ritual for grief consumption and rebirth. So the device to control Ollie, with the cert on the head. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is all just little touches that they, put throughout as they did with Talk to Me, where they don't necessarily explain it all. It's ambiguous, but it stands out. You know what I mean? It looks good. It's resonant. It makes you think. Yeah. Now, the main one that I wanted to point out, so we can move on, is it was Danny's cousin's 2-year-old was dying, and it was in hospital, the whole family, and he was there as well. And they were holding the child basically in a circle around, holding the child, hands on one hand, around in a circle. And then they each let go because the child was dead while they were holding it. Yeah. It was alive, then it died, and it took time for them to each to let go. And the cousin was the last one holding the child, of course, and just never being okay after that. And a sense of the never ending grief cycle terrifies her. Yeah. That's the horror impetus. That I think the biggest one that I could find that I'll point out. That is, went into making this. That's the big inspiration, in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
Okay, cool. Cheers. Thank you for letting me point that out.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. It all adds. All right. So let's get
Laura. So Laura's character's influence. My bad. Whatever happened to Baby Jane was a movie influence.
Okay.
I'll shut up now.
I can see that.
No, it all adds. Fine. All right. So we start with Andy and Piper find their dad dead in the shower, and they are sent to live with Laura, an eccentric former counselor who also fosters a mute boy called Oliver. Laura's Laura's daughter, Kathy, who was also blind, died by accidental drowning in the backyard pool. So Andy pretty quickly at the start becomes unsettled by Laura's behavior and her favoritism towards Piper, and obviously Oliver's complete oddness. He reaches out to Wendy, who is his social worker. Now, there was a scene where there was the possibility that the two of them were going to be split up, and Andy is very keen to move out with her once he's 18 and he can be her guardian. So do we feel that they have a reasonably realistic brother and sister relationship?
I think so. I've known siblings who have been quite close like that, and especially with the younger one being looked after by the older. And also later on when you hear of the jealousies, because they're step siblings, aren't they? Isn't that the case? Or
From foster homes, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it does make sense to me, their dynamic.
Yeah.
It's very organic.
Yeah, I think it is absolutely, especially when we learn of the guilt that Andy carries around from striking, her. When they were both young. Yeah. So remind me, what happened to their parents?
So the father was found dead.
So what happened to the mother?
I can't remember.
They had different mothers, didn't they? I thought that was...
Yes. And so did they, and they met, so did they meet in a foster home?
Yeah.
Because they knew each other well at the start of the movie before they were put with Laura.
Yeah.
They were part of whatever it's called here, this part, a ward of the state it's called in New Zealand, where they're part of the social welfare foster system.
Yeah.
Yeah. They love each other, and also he does say it later on, how could you not, with Piper. Yeah. She is vulnerable and she's very charismatic. And
genuinely
likable.
lovely girl.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Now, it's at this point Laura starts trying to sort of undermine Andy's mental state. Like she's like making him think that he's wet bed. She's gaslighting him at every turn. She almost seems, until you see her doing some of this directly, she almost seems like she's genuinely trying to help him, but it becomes obvious throughout the film that she's actually directly affecting his mental state.
Absolutely, yeah. There's the one big moment where she pisses in the measuring jug. Where you go, okay, you are a POS. Absolutely. Yeah. But it's just the way that the actor again plays this character. Just walks that line of just super lovable, maybe a bit crazy. They're dancing on that line as well. But then the little installments of what has happened in the past are lovingly dropped, cherry dropped throughout this. From Wendy saying at the start she's had problems in the past with problematic boys. I don't know if she's gender specific, problematic children.
No, she says boys.
That's the first little seed that's planted with the whole of Laura's manipulation. Yeah.
So she takes them to their father's funeral. She cuts a lock of hair from the father's body.
Could I ask a question before we move on too much further? Because at the start of this film, like the first words that we get are "This is not a cult" in text on the screen, which I really liked. What did we think of the footage that we see? The very found footage-esque cult ritual, very violent, beyond sadomasochism, violent rituals that we see. Is it Spanish, Portuguese, something like that? It's been said.
It's Russian.
Russian, is it?
Okay.
It's even more scary. And what did we make of it? What did we think of it at the start? Because it's a dark tone to start.
It gives the film that tone. So it lends some of that energy to the film, which then makes it that little bit alien, I think, in my opinion.
It really set the scene for me. I went in as blind as I could with this film, and for it to start like that, I was just like, yep, okay, I'm in.
It's going to get heavy. And I found it really heavy the first time, and it kind of spun me out as well, because I thought he was, won't go into it. It did spin me out. Dad's death in the shower when we get to first see Andy seeing his dad dead in the shower. What did you guys make of that scene? Because that really affected me. And that lays the seed for Andy's trauma throughout this film. And that's the whole water thing as well. That's where that starts. Yeah.
It was a very powerful scene.
Yeah. And we see it played over and over again with Andy, like standing in the shower cubicle fully clothed with the shower running.
Yeah, and then going outside to, the outdoor tap, to shower. And she keeps giving him a body spray, Lynx.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It was a fantastic portrayal of PTSD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kept on repeating
that kid's
on him.
good. So good. He was so good. It's again ensemble cast, as you pointed out, Baron. And I wanted to point out sound links at this stage between scenes were dope as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
The gurney, trying to get Dad out on the gurney over the little jumpmats and the doors, in the door frame. Kakung. And then Wendy's bracelets signing the forms. Kakung, and then Andy's face still with the trauma of Dad's death on it. Yeah, to cut to that sort of thing. This is their second film, and they're doing stuff like that. And they've both got, whoever does it, fantastic ear, because the score throughout this, even to this point, is just fantastic. It's just next level. And grapefruit. Did you guys like grapefruit?
As a fruit.
No, grapefruit, mate. Grapefruit. In the movie, grapefruit.
Yeah, I know. Not a fan. It's too acidic.
It is for, we're not that old yet that we have to worry about eating that stuff.
Yeah.
But I love the use of grapefruit as a kind of look like, you are being straight up with me, and just a little bonding word between them. You were talking about their relationship before. That's a big kind of on.
Oh, yeah. Huge.
Yeah.
And it's a nice through line as well.
Yeah. And it takes me back, I do have to say, because I've used it before, because Bjork once won an award at some music awards here, and she came out dressed like a swan. Do you guys remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah. And she said, I am grateful, grapefruit. And I went, grapefruit. And honestly, I'm just being straight up.
Yeah.
Carry on, please. Thank you.
All right. So they're at the funeral. Laura steals or cuts a lock of the dad's hair, and she reveals to Andy that, she believes that the soul lingers in the corpse after death, and that she's got some of the energy in the hair and all that sort of thing. And that the night of the funeral, he reveals that he'd been abused. He was abused, but the dad was affectionate towards Piper, so he has resentment against his dad. Laura then does a reflection of her daughter's death, Kathy. So she'd give anything to hear Kathy called her mum again. Like, that's real telling from later in the film.
Mm-hmm.
It is, because this is really heavy. I don't often do this myself, but if you've lost children, this could potentially hit you more than you want it to. So just a heads up there for that, because when we say grief and trauma, it's worse than usual. This film gives Hereditary a run for its money, and it's about those subjects in particular.
I'm going to look at the children right now in the camera, and I'm going to say, if you've got grief in your life from lost people, this might not be the film for you, or it might give you the catharsis you need. I can't tell you one way or the other.
It's up to you to decide that, of course.
The knife edge. It's going to go one way or the other.
Yeah.
And just a little more moderate heads up as well. If you've been in not so great foster situations, which I have in the past, foster home situations, it may give you a little couple of triggering callbacks there you don't want to have either. Just heads up there as well. This
is a really emotionally wrought film.
It is.
So the next day, Andy is attempting to bond with Oliver in the kitchen. He gets this is obviously an American thing, a cantaloupe. We call it a rock melon. So he decides to cut up some fruit for Oliver. He's in the kitchen. He's chatting to him. He turns away. He turns back. And probably one of my favorite bits of makeup in the film, Oliver is chewing on the carving knife. And it is
called the flossing scene on the internet. Yeah.
It is hard to watch.
Yeah, it's up there with Terrifier.
Oh,
yeah. In terms of, ooh, and but fantastically done, incredibly, and the sound, especially when you're listening to it on decent headphones, the crunching.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that folds is just amazing.
Yeah. Shout out, definitely.
Yeah, no, and to like the Oliver, the actor who played Oliver, Jonah and Phillips, like he and Sora are my MVPs for the film. Like for a first-time actor, and then for a child actor to pull off the character of Oliver is
because Oliver's terrifying, absolutely, and nothing to Oliver, but Oliver is terrifying, definitely. Quick question: at the start of the film, we get the circle of salt. A circle opens the film, and then a lady walks in and drops to her knees. Then some gruesome. He does have a distended stomach. There's a soul. It's the demon. Yeah, one of those things. Yeah. So that's not Laura. Then that was about to be my question: was there a possibility that was Laura? That is not Laura.
Not Laura.
So Laura has just found these tapes, just like whoever it was in the ring found the tape. Yeah. It's one of those situations. Yeah. Okay. I'm happy with that.
So Andy, being a nice guy, decides he's going to take Oliver to the hospital. So he drags him out of the house and across I'm presuming it's a salt line. It's either a salt line or a paint line or a chalk line. Do we find out that it is definitely salt?
I think it is salt.
I don't know, because when you see from up above, certainly later on, when that's not connected a little bit at one point, and that's a lot for salt rather than a big roller on the grass. Because it's a huge circumference. Yeah.
But for the purpose of the podcast, let's call it the salt line.
It evokes salt, which is
does invoke salt. So then Oliver begins to convulse and scream, and he actually speaks. Like he uses the words "help me," whereas previously he has been mute.
In his real air quotes, his real voice.
Yeah. Laura arrives at this point. She grabs Oliver and takes him to her room and calms him by rubbing his head in a circular motion, as the circles Mr. Popcorn was talking about before.
Another thing is the mark under Oliver's eye is the same as Piper's.
Oh, yeah, it is too.
Yeah, that's intentional. Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Yeah, that is intentional. I just watched it tonight and got that. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, it is too.
Which I found very interesting. That opens up a lot of questions about Piper. Is this predestined?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Piper is not connected to this in any way beforehand, so as much as we know. Yeah, which is cool. I like it. Again, I like that it makes you ask these questions, which is what the brothers are all about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So he seems to reluctantly return to his mute state, and Laura then feeds him the lock of Andy's father's hair. We see an attempt by Andy to shower that night as well, but he is interrupted by Oliver, who Andy hallucinates is his father's apparition. And then we see the
Was that the junk man? I'm going to ask, no fear of sounding dumb, but was that the junk man?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, if it's going to be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gets a premonition or a prophecy or whatever, and it is she'll die in the rain.
So good with this stuff, by the way. Yeah.
And he
just how evocative it is, so ambiguous it is, but because the rain, it's been used a bit, Andy's fear of the rain up until this point, yeah? And to be intimate, and go between scenes, but also his state of mind, his state of consciousness as well, which is, and great.
They're kind of letting us fill in the gaps.
Yeah,
which is thank you.
Yeah.
For once, someone's doing that.
I mean, we are all our own strongest storytellers. So if you tell us the complete story, our brain doesn't engage. But if you leave parts of it out and you show us that there are other parts of this world, your human brains will automatically try and fill in the story.
Absolutely, they will. Yeah, nice.
And that's when we engage.
Nice,
he gets a concussion. He wakes up in the hospital. We see Laura taking Piper to a shed on the property that's padlocked, and she gets introduced to Kathy. Kathy, who is a corpse in a freezer, a fully dressed corpse in a freezer in the shed.
How are we with the ambiguity? We're all okay at this point, both of you, when we're seeing all of this stuff. Yeah.
I wanted to know more. So it's basically drawing you on into the story. So now, does she dress Piper in Kathy's clothes? Is that where this happens?
I think so.
Yep. Okay.
Certainly, the hair is made to look like Kathy. Yeah. So we're at that point.
I think so.
So now we start to get some exposition here. So it's revealed Oliver is possessed by a demon called Tari.
How do you spell that? You got the name. Nice.
Hang on. I'm getting old and I need new glasses.
While you do that, I'll just ask another character-based question.
Tari. Tari.
What did we think of the mother's psychological manipulation and breakdown of Andy?
Great. It was very American military psyop.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was very well done.
How uncomfortable were we at the funeral with the you must, obey custom, follow tradition, and let your father's soul rest in peace to go up into heaven. Kiss him on the lips. It's custom. Yeah, she was rubbing him on the back and such. And it's like, again, if you've been in bad foster home situations, heads up. Yeah. It's this film's for real. This film's for real where it goes. And she does everything to the point. Are we up to pointing at it? Point that we're at, the point that I'm mentioning, which, there's a in the eye.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. She punches a kid in the eye, for God's sake. Yeah, she's horrible. But she is still that mother almost archetype, the way she plays this. Yeah? Yeah.
So the exposition about what's happening now comes about. So we've got the demon called the Tari, which Laura has summoned through an amateur occult resurrection ritual learned from the Russian VHS tape.
Yes, it's harkened to like the VHS movies, the footage, the aesthetic and the look of it, So I liked it.
The mechanics of the ritual is the corpse of the person to be resurrected is fed to a possessed host, Oliver, who then regurgitates the corpse and its lingering soul into the newly dead body of a person killed in the same manner as the one to be resurrected, which is intended to be Piper in the swimming pool. So she used to be drowned like Kathy drowned, and then Oliver will spew the soul into Piper's body.
Like possessed baby bird.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's 3 steps, if you will. Mimic the death, consume the old body, purge soul into new body.
Correct.
And when we're talking about the distended stomach before which Ollie gets a proud one, that is the soul, but it's also born on grief and trauma and sadness again. Yes, he's wearing it on his skin and the scars. And the hunger is that grief consumes everything. I know it's on the nose. This is coming from the brothers, though. They really wanted to push the point home. The genius of this film is that it's not on the nose. It's not heavy-handed.
Yeah.
They get the balance. They cut that knife edge correctly, in my opinion.
I agree. So Laura intends to drown Piper in the pool during a rainstorm to mimic Kathy's death, use Oliver as the vessel to complete the ritual, but is awaiting the perfect moment, even though the demon Tari is growing increasingly restless, which is what we see in Oliver's behavior.
Yeah. Has he ate his own arm yet?
That's coming up, I'm pretty sure.
Sorry, my bad. I'll edit that out. I won't spoil it for the children. It's
fine.
Fucked.
He is part of his own arm.
So fucked.
It really is. All right. So Andy comes back from hospital. Now he's also been talking to Wendy, I think. Yes. He's been talking to Wendy, who's the social worker. So no, this is where she punches the kid. So she sprays herself with his deodorant, and punches her while she's asleep.
Yeah.
So she's supposed to think that Andy punched her.
Yeah. I mean, smart, but my God.
Yeah. So she provokes that fight between Andy and Piper. Andy leaves, and Laura takes Piper to sports practice so that she'll be out of no,
she goes to school, and I think she goes to pick her up from sports practice, doesn't
sports
she?
Practice, yes. Laura, this is not written well. Laura takes Piper to goalball practice so that she'll be out of the house while Laura sets up for the ritual. That makes no sense. Yay, Wikipedia.
I think the girl goes to school.
Yep.
So, and that's meanwhile he's going to talk to the social worker, and then when the girl's in sport practice is when the stepmom shows up, the foster mum shows up to pick her up, and the teacher wants to talk to her about the black eye.
Yeah.
And then she takes her.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Much more succinctly said than whatever I got from Wikipedia.
Don't use AI to put in Wikipedia. That's beyond easy.
Weird.
Yeah, just weird.
Okay. So The demon's hunger begins to escalate.
Yes,
Oliver
it
crashes
does.
the house.
Yes.
He bites Laura. He starts consuming inanimate objects and parts of his own arm.
I like how it starts off with milk. There's a really nice transition into that. I didn't write it down, unfortunately, from a scene that talks about Ollie, kind of alludes to him and being hungry. I forget how it works. And then you see Ollie making crashing sounds. Then he opens up and he's just ripped open with his teeth about 6 liters of milk. It's just covered as bloody. And his teeth, you've got to understand, children, they're demonic at this stage. They're orc-like, protruding out of his jaw.
Yeah, from the flossing scene.
Yeah, his jaw's all cut up, Heath Ledger style.
Those effects are just beautifully done.
So
the makeup is phenomenal. It should be Oscar worthy. Absolutely, definitely. Yeah.
So while
but down south.
yeah. While this is all happening, Andy goes to the foster agency and he learns that Oliver is actually a missing child named Connor Bird, and he convinces Wendy to come and investigate, insisting that Piper is in danger. And Andy calls Piper, leaving a voicemail warning her about Laura, and reveals the truth about their father's abuse. So we've got that whole catharsis of the release of the information. But Laura intercepts the message and cleans up the house so that everything looks normal when Wendy arrives.
Was that believable? How she did it in that time frame, considering the amount of mess and destruction?
Well, I mean, she did a better job of cleaning up the house than they did in Frankie Freako.
And Daniel's got to die.
Yeah.
That's the third film, actually.
Daniel's got to die as well.
Yeah.
So sure.
It was fine.
Oh, she just swept it all up, put it into a back closet somewhere.
Yeah.
She wasn't successful. She was still trying to clean out white viscous fluid out of her kitchen sink or bathroom sink, whatever it was. And the coffee grinder was also in that sink for some reason when the doorbell rang. Yeah. But it was the old friend Wendy.
Yeah. But it all comes undone when Wendy notices Laura's bleeding arm, which I'm pretty sure was like very strongly green stick broken by Oliver.
It's just cut and 2 large lacerations like vertical. Okay, I'm not going to argue. Didn't look that closely enough.
I have it strongly in my head that her arm was broken.
Okay.
It could be wrong.
How does she wrap it? She just wrapped it just to stop the blood, put pressure on it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So when she put it up, the idea starts coming down. Yeah.
So very quickly, under very little questioning from Wendy, Laura breaks and starts telling her about she can resurrect Kathy, and Wendy and then Andy discover Oliver eating Kathy's corpse, and they attempt to escape, but Laura runs them over with the car.
This was crazy.
Yeah.
First of all, we get Wendy saying, "Let's get the fuck out of here. This bitch is crazy." All formal government talk out the window.
Smartest decision anyone made in the film.
Yeah.
30 seconds too late.
Because we see Wendy's body just fold in half. Onto the boot of because what is it, an SUV?
It's like a ute or something.
A ute or something. A big vehicle.
Definitely. So she's well dead. She's dead on impact. Andy is pretty badly hurt, and then she drowns him face down in a puddle.
And the sad score is just soaring, and the rain is pouring because she's also been waiting for the rain to come down this whole time.
To fill the
because she's got to mimic the death, and that's Piper's purpose.
Am
I ahead of myself again?
No.
Apologies.
No,
that's good.
You're exactly right.
Yeah. And we see her at the start, when she's got the watermark, if you will, when she's trying to be playing around with the hole. That's the water level where Kathy died. Yeah. She's got to mimic that exactly. Yeah. And she sees the demon as an angel that I put inside Oliver. This is the mind wave. This is the level that Mother is working on. Yeah.
Is this the part where what we're calling the salt line that starts to melt in the rain now, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
It does.
That's so beautifully done.
Yeah, and that's a nice little observation. That's pertinent to what's going on as well. Yeah, with the ritual.
She needs to rush to get the ritual done, because if she doesn't get it done in time, the demon will be able to flee the circle.
Did you notice the beautiful continuity ingenuity work with the nail polish, and as the ritual's
Yeah.
going on, time running out was denoted
Yeah.
by the nail polish. I mean, the word that's to work unto itself.
Mhm.
Keeping there, it's hard enough
continuity.
with a cigarette, let alone, nail polish. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, it's art, this film. It's a work of art.
It
I'm
is.
telling
Oh,
you.
it really
really
is.
fucking is. Yeah. Yeah.
So Laura retrieves Piper and brings her home. Oliver has eaten some of Andy at this point and can speak with his voice.
Mhm.
So he lures Piper out, but Piper is suspicious, so she locks herself in the bathroom and finds Andy's body. Laura smashes in through the door, explains the ritual to Piper, who attempts to get out but accidentally knocks herself unconscious, which is perfectly fine. She's only partially sighted.
She was almost there, though, because she is like Rutger Hauer, Blind Fury, ninja in all of this, and she's incredible. And the fact that she got stopped by the glass door, you know what I mean? Yeah, the sliding plastic glass insulated door.
Yeah.
Such a shame.
Yeah. So she knocks herself unconscious. Laura then picks her up, carries her to the pool, and begins to drown her while Oliver watches on. As Piper struggles to break free, she screams out, "Mum," causing Laura to release her, because that's the one word Laura has been waiting to hear from anyone is just the word mum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice. Kathy is also vision impaired as well as Piper. That's an important point. Yeah, as well. So, this was planned. She was planned. It was planned. Yeah, I don't know what happened before. She had worked there for 20 years at this child welfare place as well. And then she comes along with a similar mark to Ollie as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and blind like the daughter. Yeah, she was chosen.
Mm-hmm.
That's my theory. I'm throwing it out there. Yeah.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
Piper escapes to the road and is rescued by a passing couple. Oliver finally makes it past the circle boundary and collapses as the demon Tari leaves his body, and then the police arrive to identify him. Laura, overcome with guilt, carries Kathy's partially consumed corpse into the pool and cradles it as police officers surround her, and she is arrested.
And there's a circle at the bottom of the pool that they're both beautifully placed, like some sort of Renaissance painting in the center, clutching the dead body corpse.
It's art.
It's art. It's fucking art, I tell you.
And then
incredible. And then roll credits to the sound of rain, pretty much.
Yeah. Now, I would put a Baron's cryptozoology corner in here, but it's like what's in the film is pretty well explained. I don't think there's anything else that we kind of need to cover with that. Like, it's very clearly a demon. Like, the ritual is explained. We understand why there's a circle around the house. The writers have done a really good job of making us aware of the edges of this world.
Absolutely.
As much as they want to show us, which I love as well, which I absolutely love as well. I couldn't find anything on the particular demon there, but no biggie. I don't know if they came up with it themselves. They may have.
Entirely possible it's folklore.
Because they did say that they did say that they did make a lot of this up from their own imagination because they wanted to, and absolutely more of that rather than just referencing stuff. Because when you reference stuff, certainly when you're getting into that, like there's arguments about using Pyman and the way Pyman was used within Hereditary as well. There is that crowd out there as well. This way is just to get away from all of that, and it just makes it more unique, as this goddamn film is. Yeah.
All right. So, do we want to give it a rating?
Absolutely. Who wants to start?
Soxy, you can go first.
I'll tell you what, I really, really loved this film, and I think it is a 5 out of 5 for me, honestly. It's so grim and it's depressing, but in an absolutely beautiful way. The effects were incredible. The story is just so rich, and even what they tell you and what they don't tell you, it doesn't matter. It just all, as we've been saying, comes together so beautifully in one's mind. And it's the kind of film that really sticks with you and really makes you think, which I absolutely love. So that's my score.
Nice. Mr. Popcorn?
Yeah, it's a 5. It is a 5. Definitely. This film is evil. It covers all bases in terms of psychological drama, in terms of the trauma, in terms of the grief, in terms of great acting and characterization. Again, as Soxy said, not telling you too much, but what they show you is so rich you can just eat from there. As the Baron alluded to with, you make up the rest of the story in your own mind, and that's absolutely fantastic because they're hinting at a further universe universe with this, you can kind of tell. And if they go along this way and ignore everyone wanting them to do Street Fighters, and maybe they've just thrown Talk to Me out the way so they can focus on this type of work. I'm just speculating because this really came out of nowhere. No one was really expecting this. There wasn't a big build up to this or anything. Not what you would expect. But not what you would expect after Talk to Me. Maybe. You maybe expected more of a build up. Again, this is a passion project. You know, this is from their own personal experience. And they're the ones to do it without being too overladen and heavy handed though as well, because there is a kinetic joy to this as well. You know what I mean? It's not a burden. It's a slow burn. Yes, I pointed that out, but it's still not a burden. And I'm really proud that this is my new favorite Australian film. So it's definitely a 5 out of 5. It's better than The Loved Ones. I get more out of this.
Big.
Yeah. I mean, the influences from J-horror in this, you know, interweaving symbolism with rage throughout this into the narrative. You know what I mean?
Rage and grief.
Yeah, rage and grief, and showing that through, again, kind of like artistic, symbolic ways, which they always do, and things don't connect, but in the way they do is way more concrete than like the way they do exposition, where she goes back to the footage and she has to remind herself how to do the ritual, and that's how we get the exposition. Just certain touches like that are fantastic, that are so different from the norm. The fact that's coming from here is fantastic. Yeah, that's enough for now because I could go on forever. This is definitely a 5. Baron?
Look, I'd initially put it as a 4.5, but I think my brain always says nothing's perfect, but I think this is as close as we're going to get, and I've also given it a 5. I worry about giving a 5 on films because, like, what if something better comes along? But like something better comes along, it can still be a 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
True.
Yeah. So what did you give Talk to Me? Because children, if you do not know, that was the very first film we covered. That's episode 1, Film Det Evil Corp. Go back and have a look. Yeah, was.
Yeah. What did we give it? What did we give Talk to Me? I think we gave it a pretty high score.
I mean, I'm just speculating from, because I can't remember from almost 2 years ago, but it's definitely a 4.
Yeah.
I can safely say it was a 4, 4.5. Yeah. Wasn't a 5.
No,
but the little immature touches are not the word, but the exuberances of youth were mellowed in this, which I could appreciate more because I think it made for better filmmaking. Don't know if that makes me old saying that, but I'll say it. Yeah.
I think this is a more adult film. Talk to Me was more of a teens film.
Yeah.
Because they experience like real things. I mean, I touched on the 2-year-old, the cousin's 2-year-old dying in the hospital with the family around. There was also the grandpa died with the dad giving him CPR in the shower. Yeah. The brothers have experienced that in their life. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why everyone dies in water in this film. And I mean, if that's not J-horror, I don't know what is. And there's the dual nature of water in Japanese mythology, I think, is brought into this as well. Maybe that's why Ollie is seen as an angel whilst, to some and demon to others. It's kind of Cenobite, I know. What is that? Yeah.
Bitey.
What's Baby Jane? How is the mother like Baby Jane, if you will, just quickly, please?
And we're talking about Maura.
Yeah, I haven't seen Baby Jane.
Oh.
That's why I rushedly mentioned it before.
Yeah. Oh, that's a question to throw to us at the end of the pod.
Do we want to watch Baby Jane and come back and answer that question?
Now, we are, just to be clear, we are talking about whatever happened to Baby Jane from 1960.
Yeah, absolutely. 62. I've got it written down here, 62. Yes, that's my last
I need
note.
to give it a rewatch, honestly. But I think I definitely did pick up on aspects of it.
Is this a prototype to, thrillers and horrors?
Yeah. But I mean, you've got to take into account with whatever happened to Baby Jane, like the whole Joan Crawford of it.
I really don't know about it. Excuse my ignorance. Can you say what it is in a nutshell?
Generally known to have been a nutcase.
Just a little.
Mrs. Crawford. Oh, Mrs. Crawford, but how does that affect the film?
It was a documentary.
Oh, it's a documentary. I didn't know that.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, my bad.
It was an actual film.
I feel like maybe the character clearly took some inspiration from the characters within Baby Jane.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. It's just what I it came from the Philippous themselves. The
plot of, it's been a long time since I've seen this film.
Yeah, me too.
The plot of it is basically there's like a movie star character that's Betty Davis, and she's tormenting. So like her sister is disabled or disabled or paraplegic, whatever you want to call it. I think who's also an old a film star, and like she's basically torturing a member of her family and it's a single location, like it's in an old mansion that's kind of going to sea.
Did you see any parallels filmically then?
Yeah.
Any scene to scene, parallels?
I have not seen it in over a decade.
Yeah, I haven't seen it recent enough, but definitely the character. I can definitely see some parallels there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would say there's a link.
Curious. Yeah, they're interesting characters, the Philippou brothers. Danny and what's the other name there? Cohorts. Danny and
hang on, I've got it here. Michael.
If you've seen Raka Raka, go check out their YouTube. If you want to see what their personality is like, that's more indicative of their personalities than either of their movies. And the fact that they come out with these films is extraordinary. Definitely. Yeah. They have depth, these kids. They both have a lot of depth that belies their age. Yeah. And thank you for the film, guys. And I really hope, though, you don't experience at least too many more of these grief-born, life-altering, tragedies in your life. Yeah. Have good things happen to you, so you give us crazy, violent, good, happy.
Yeah.
But no, I do jest. Both of these films are incredible. You deserve to... did this come out under A24, Baron?
Oh, I think so.
Who put this out?
Produced by Cinematography, distributed by Maslow Entertainment, Umbrella Entertainment, and Ahi Films. It wasn't A24, I don't think.
I didn't think so.
That's I'm very happy with Umbrella, though, having this.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan, and they're making more of a name of themselves overseas as a film house, a boutique film house, like a connoisseur film house, which is great.
Yes. Well, a little bit of news. For those people that have been watching Murderbot, it has been renewed for a second season.
Yay!
Fantastic.
I finished the first. Yes, I loved the end.
So
we won't spoil it, but that was a very fine ending, considering where Secbot was at. Yeah. Cool.
I've started watching the new Dexter Resurrection TV series.
So have I.
First two episodes.
I've watched the first two episodes. Yeah, they're good. How they got back into a show was a bit okay. Yeah, all right, come on. But once we were in, it was like, okay. And then once Michael C. Hall started really getting into being Dexter and was allowed to do his little thought processes, his inner monologues and stuff, it was like, yeah, this is good. I started getting the Dexter buzz back.
Yeah. Have you been watching anything else, Soxy?
I haven't been watching a lot lately. I've been working behind the scenes on a couple of upcoming feature films.
Nice.
I'm not allowed to say too much about them yet, but I do look forward to the day when I can talk about them.
Brilliant. Mr. Popcorn, anything else other than Murderbot and Dexter you've been watching?
Just quickly while I bring up my Instagram there, children check out Mark Maron's WTF podcast. There's an interview with Alexander Skarsgård, who of course plays Secbot, plays Murderbot. And if you've never heard Mark Maron, he's one of the best interviewers there is. And it's a really good conversation between the two. They get along very, very well. So yeah, they talk about Murderbot, quite a bit at the end.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Otherwise, I rewatched, I'm up to Saw 6 now. Yeah, I talked about it before. I won't carry on. Because I rewatched Donnie Darko. That's what I want to talk about.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, first time in let's say 15 to 20 years. Very interesting upon a rewatch. I will say that the concept holds up really well. And the twist at the end, you could call it a twist or a grand reveal, really still hits. Yeah. Effects, I was just like, I was really impressed by this Once Upon a Time. That's quaint.
Yeah. It was impressive for the time.
Yeah.
It was very impressive for its time.
And
don't let that put you off, though. Don't let you put that off, please. Yeah.
Have you seen S. Darko, the sequel?
No, I don't want it. I'm good.
I can't blame you.
I'm good. It's certainly not as profound and cool as it was, in the 2000s, because this is 2001.
Yep.
But it still holds up well. The Smurf, about Smurfette, that rant is still one of the greatest rants ever been to be put to film, in my opinion. Yep. But it does have Virgin Suicides, American Beauty. It has this kind of feel and look to all of those films. It was like America was trying to rediscover its inner child. I mean, there's so I'm just thinking of it now. There's in the post 9/11 films. Maybe there was that to it. I don't know, but yeah, is that fair to say? It is of that ethos / canon, whatever. Yeah,
I would agree.
So if you haven't checked it out, the Bat rewatched it with me and they enjoyed it, and they're Gen Z as it gets, and no, this stands out. And they weren't too weirded out. If you're worried about that, with it's not too much of a gnarly 90s, early 2000 film. Yeah, no. It's not an American Beauty. Let's just say that.
What about plugs? Anyone got any plugs?
Nothing outside of the usual. I'll just go quickly, Soxy, because mine's real quick. As always, Evil Corp. I'm going back there on a regular basis, so I come along and say hi. It's right next to the train station in Fortitude Valley.
Very convenient.
Yes, and we have DJs there on Friday night playing all sorts of rock and heavy electronic stuff. We have bands there quite a bit on there on Friday nights now, and basically it's picking up steam towards Halloween. I will say this now at evilcorp.com.au if you want to contact anyone to get hired, because there will be lots of performative / music / spooks, scare stuff going on. So if you want to get hired, hit us up now. Yeah, and same with Escape Manor. So once Escape Manor, moving forward to Blackout, where we're going to be do the rooms in the dark, the glow in the dark torches, etc. But far more immersive, far more spooky, and that's going to be for a whole week, not just a weekend. We're going to do it for a whole week this week. Yeah, looking to move it forward to doing it for the whole of October in the future if it builds up successfully. And
okay, good. Soxy?
Yeah, a few things. So let me get my little list here. Big shout out to the crew behind Wolf Cat Fever, which is an upcoming really zany film that was made over mostly in and around Melbourne. I believe some of it was also filmed in the US. Some of the soundtrack has been released now on Bandcamp. It's all pretty cool music, very rockabilly-ish. They're all the demos, but there's 7 songs that have now been released, so definitely go check that out. Meanwhile, over in Perth, huge shout out to Duncraig Senior High School. Their drama department are putting on a production of the Addams Family musical between August 3 to 9.
Fantastic.
I really hope it goes well for them.
Chookers people, yes.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, the Perth Horror Film Festival will be screening at the Backlot Perth from August 14 to 17. Hopefully the full program should be out in the next couple of days, so keep an eye out for that. I'm really excited to announce that a film that I was a feature extra in, called Carl's Club by Two Tools Productions and directed by Clayton Mitchell, will also be screening as part of the festival. So I'm really looking forward to being able to see that in full on the big screen.
Okay.
Again, shout out to everyone over at Dr. Scary's Horror Mazes. We are available for hire across Western Australia. If you would like to hire us for your next big event, you can call 0414 956 410. And of course, shout out to Perth Horror Fans. You can follow us on Facebook at Perth Horror Fans Events, join our Facebook group, and also on Instagram at Perth Horror Fans.
Nice.
We do need text scrolling across all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just quickly, have you ever heard of is it called Restream? You can basically subscribe to programs where you do live streams, and you can basically that's a very easy way to have that information ticking, that's the word. Yeah, across like that. Anyway, just throwing it out there.
No, fair enough. Look, I will give my standard plugs for Queensland.
Could I just say what we have, just as a section that is good to bring into practice, I think, is what we have out at the moment. We have the Frankie Frico in Unit 234 is still there, and coming up we have Outbreak.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, if you want to see let's just say a zombie film done in a whole new light. Yeah, definitely a new angle, certainly. totally. And it's Jeff Wolf's film. Jeff Wolf is a stuntman. He always wanted to make basically a zombie apocalypse film, and he's certainly done it in a very unique way.
Yeah.
And you can check it out now. It's on Prime. You said there's Soxy, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So check it out there before it's released. Yeah, that's a nice thing to build up a little sizzle, as you say.
Correct. So yes, look, my plugs: Improv Queensland, Act React Theatre, IFWG Publishing, and Supernova. I always give those a shout out. But at the moment, I'm in a couple of Anywhere Theatre Festival shows for Act React and Improv Queensland. So for Improv Queensland, I'm in a show called Sports Ball, which is a show for and by people that either love or hate sports. You make the decision on the night. And the other show that I'm in for Act React is called This Is Your Trial, where if you turn up to the theatre and you fill out a little form, you can accuse your friends and family of various crimes, and we will try them for those crimes, and they will be punished effectively for those crimes.
I like that. Yeah.
Yes. And one thing I will shout out that I haven't yet seen, if people are fans of Stephen King, just be aware there's a new Stephen King show just started, I think, like in the last week, called The Institute. And it's in that world of Firestarter and all that. So, yeah.
Well, that started as it. I saw the trailer that did.
Just started.
Yes.
Nice.
Excellent. What are some things coming out together? I'm looking at Instagram. It's staring me right at my face right now. I'm looking forward to seeing that. We have 28 years later. Yes, we're doing that next. We're recording it next. Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
So if you haven't seen it, go see it. I'm going to go see it again. I'm going to watch Days and Weeks again, definitely, to get a feel for the whole world again. Yeah, I want to for this.
Each of them is different, though.
Sorry?
Each of them has a different feeling.
Grandly different. I really like it. And just a bit of news out there. It's pretty much confirmed. So I'll throw it out there. Cillian Murphy will appear at the end of the Bone Temple, and he will play a prominent part in the third one, which is unnamed at this point and not filmed. Bone Temple is coming out in February. It is finished. Yes. I think it will match up with 28 weeks.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I'll take their word for it. And spoiler, okay? I'm going to put up my finger and make a noise. If you're listening, I'm going to make a beep noise when I start the spoiler. If you're watching, a beep and a finger. Ready? Beep. Ray Fiennes' character plays a prominent part in the next one.
Brilliant.
It's that info's been released. You'll hear it sooner or later, if not for me. Yeah, which I'm really glad, because he added dignity to that film as he does with everything. Yeah, ready? Beep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't as good the second time round. All right, well, folks, that brings us right to the very end of this creature. Would you like to sign out, folks?
Yes, this has been Mr. Popcorn, and I've always loved evil popcorn. So thank you, Philippou brothers, and thank you, children of the popcorn, because we are like 92, 93 in terms of episodes now. 100 creeps, pops is closer. Yeah. So thank you. Good night.
Soxy?
This has been Soxy the Salacious Spectre. As always, it's been a pleasure to be here.
Go to bed, children. Go to bed.
I'm hungry. I'm going to eat a table.
The table.
Might just have a gnaw on my arm.
Oh, I love it when you're evil. This is me at my most evil. Do your evil laugh.